Who do you think's going to win the Natty?
All right, so let's see. We got Michigan versus Bama, right? And then we got Washington versus Texas. So I'm loving the Texas Longhorns this year. Horns up. But really, you're gonna hate me saying this, but Roll Tide, baby. I think Bama.
How can you say that as a Tennessee fan?
I know it breaks my heart to say it, but Bama, they've just at the beginning of the season they look so bad.
But I think Milrow's a joke.
He might be, but like throughout the season, like with that team, like if you've watched
the video of him saying "Hand me the Heisman," I'm like, bro, you're not even in the conversation.
Yeah, that was a joke. But like with that team, like they've built this crazy chemistry where like I don't know what happened, but they have gotten it together, and I think that the two like playoff games, they're going to be really close, but I think that this the championship game, it's going to go to the wire.
I don't think Saban can beat Sarkisian yet.
I don't know.
I don't think he can do it. It took him 3 years to beat Kirby.
That's true. I mean, they did last year, but that was like a fluke win. Like they lost by what, a point?
Yeah,
a point.
It was ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
And the refs, like always, the refs are on Bama's side.
But like you got to think about it, like Michigan, like. Every time they've been in the playoffs, they haven't made it out of the first round.
They're not good enough.
They're a choke game in the playoffs.
They're like Penn State.
Exactly.
They're right there, but they're just never going to be quite good enough.
Yeah.
What if Washington wins?
Washington, that would be crazy because look, they're in the Pac-12 right now. That would just like change the whole script on the Pac-12 because they're going to the Big Ten, right? So what would that? Let's think about like, okay, so Washington wins this national championship. They're national champions the last year for the Pac-12. What does that say about the Pac-12 in your opinion?
Bro, the Pac-12 is not even going to be a conference in the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I mean
it's literally eventually it's just going to be the SEC. That's all there's going to be.
I mean, I agree, but with Washington winning it, that would be crazy.
Texas is going to win it, leaving the Big 12.
You think? Yeah, Texas money line all the way.
Texas money line all the way.
All the way. That's crazy.
Bro, Quinn Ewers, he shaved the mullet. That's how you know it's game time.
I mean, he's standing on business.
He's standing on business. Bro, don't let him get that cowboy hat out because stuff's going to get wicked once that comes out.
You know what a cowboy hat does to a man.
A cowboy comes out, it's over. You might as well pack the cleats up. What do you think about Florida State?
I mean, I don't think they deserve to be in it.
No shot.
No shot.
Everybody talks about, we won in a Power 5 conference.
I mean,
doesn't matter, bro. You're playing like some kid from like a local high school in Florida. You just like called him up. Hey, you want to play football for Florida State?
Some kid off the couch waiting for a chance.
Well, this kid was playing Fortnite 2 weeks ago.
I mean, they beat Louisville, right? But Louisville, they lost to Kentucky.
Louisville's not like a no sport school. No. They were good at basketball. Now they're just not good at anything.
I mean, they produced like Lamar Jackson and Teddy Bridgewater.
That's it. Lamar Jackson got owned by Clemson.
Yep. So, I mean, I really don't think Florida State should have been in there, especially with the loss of their quarterback. If they had their quarterback, he was healthy, yes. You put him in the conversation. Though. Especially with that TCU situation.
They would have gotten blown out.
You think so?
They would have gotten taxed.
Their defense was pretty all right, though, this year.
They have the D-line, but that's it.
Yeah. But
they have that one kid that's about to go top 5.
Yeah. Definitely with their quarterback being injured, though, like that just automatically knocked him out.
Bro, and it was in a meaningless game, too. Mm-hmm. I think it was North Alabama they were playing.
Something.
Snapped his leg in half. Looks like a piece of celery.
I feel bad for him though because of him they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So you got to think about that. Like, imagine how he feels.
But now it's like it could go either way because now you're basically telling them you win your conference doesn't matter.
Yeah, that is crazy. Which is why I'm glad they're creating the 12-man playoffs or 12-team playoffs.
The kid that plays quarterback for them now didn't even have over 150 yards passing against Louisville.
Yeah.
Louisville.
He would have gotten destroyed. They would have played Michigan, and Michigan would have made the championship. I think
you and I could go out there and throw to Johnny Wilson and pass for more than that.
Oh, probably. Me and you, wide receiver,
like 6'7",
quarterback duo.
bro. All you gotta do is throw the ball in his direction.
Yeah.
It's like throwing it to DK Metcalf. You just throw the ball up and pray.
Or like Megatron, throwing up to Megatron. He's down there somewhere.
It's like Will Levis and DeAndre Hopkins.
That's what, yeah. Will Levis just says, D-Hop somewhere down there. Let's it go.
Just throw it. Hey. Once he does that pump fake, you can book it.
Book it.
Book it.
Yeah.
I think Georgia's kind of falling off the mountain a little bit.
You see that? They had a whole bunch of 5-stars decommit.
Bro, Dylan Raiola, #1 recruit in the country.
Went to Nebraska.
Nebraska.
What's in Nebraska?
I'll tell you what, those Cornhuskers got some deep pockets. Got that farming money out there.
Got a couple sponsors.
Somebody sold some crops and gave that boy a bag.
Looking like it.
Tell you, you being a Tennessee fan, I didn't know if you know, but now it's legal to do that. You don't have to give them McDonald's bags anymore.
Well, you see, you just want to be the best, so you got to do whatever you got to do. But
remember when Tennessee's coach said, we're going to beat Bama because we have a juicer and they don't.
Yeah, I mean, look, we might not have beat Bama that year, but we beat Bama.
Because and you have a juicer and they don't.
We've had a juicer in our locker room since then. And we did beat them last year.
I'm telling you, Tennessee fans are still stuck in 98. They're still stuck. They think Nico is going to be the Lord and Savior, and this kid's probably going to be just like everybody said about Joe Milton.
I agree.
He could throw the ball 100 yards. Yeah, but he's throwing 100 yards, 6 rows back into the stands, hitting somebody's grandma.
Well, I agree with that. I'm stuck in 98. I wasn't even born anywhere close to 98, so who knows there. But look, Nico, I think he'll be pretty all right. And the thing is, with Joe Milton that we had with, what's his name? Oh my
Hendon Hooker.
Hendon Hooker. Goodness gracious. Hendon Hooker could read a defense and change the play. Joe Milton was like, he would look at the defense and be like,
bro, he goes up to the line. He goes, you know what? I'm just going to throw this ball as far as I can.
He doesn't change the play at all. He doesn't read the defense. He just sticks with the play that's already been called.
Bro, and I think they're doing his beats ads on Instagram. Beats obviously don't make you play better.
No, I feel like Nico, though. Nico will be able to read a defense better.
I saw a thing and he was like giving the entire O-line and stuff like beats. And I was like, I don't know if I'd do that.
No, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know how your NFL career is going to turn out.
It might have helped the defense. I mean, it might have helped the offensive line block better because our running game was pretty good this year.
The defense is non-existent, though.
On Tennessee?
Tennessee never has a defense.
Well, Tennessee, they just had a lot of people into the transfer portal.
Everybody runs through Tennessee's defense, though.
Yeah.
They got away with it because Jalen Hyatt could score 50 points a game.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of new transfers in from the portal, though, this year. But we did.
The portal's crazy.
We released a lot. We released Nico.
Colorado's got all 5 stars on their O-line. Mm-hmm. Coach Prime.
Yeah. That's going to be nasty. What do you think about Colorado this year? How did they live up to their hype?
I was on the Colorado hype train for a little bit until I realized they're not as good as I thought they'd be.
No, their hype was crazy.
Gave up that 20-point lead to Stanford.
That was the worst blown
That was when
lead.
I stopped believing in Coach Prime.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'd stop believing in Coach Prime because I feel like he could be a good coach.
Travis Hunter's a dog.
A dog.
He's
playing
a dog.
Both ways. Got injured mid-season, still came back and played it.
Bro, against TCU, he had like 120 yards receiving and 2 interceptions. I was like, what is going on?
Dude, their first 2 games of the season, I was like, they're real.
Shador's the truth.
Yeah. I think they just have a couple things to work on. A lot of the team, though, is they're used to winning.
Shador just has no time.
The team was used to winning, and when they started losing, they were kind of like, what's going on? Like, I don't know what to do.
Have you heard the stories of like Dion dismissing recruits?
Oh, yeah.
One kid he was telling a story. He said he went to Coach Prime's office. Coach Prime didn't even look at him. He's like, thank you for all the time you put in, but we don't need your services anymore.
I'm pretty sure it was kids that were already on the team. Like, already had their scholarship.
He said, I'm bringing my luggage, and it's Louis.
Yeah, and he dropped, like, he was just like, no, you don't have a scholarship with us anymore.
I'm telling you. 2024, 25 national champions, Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Wow. That is a big
hot take.
Hot take.
Hot take of the century.
Hot take of the century.
Perhaps. Dylan Raiola.
You think him himself is going to carry them all the way to the national championship?
I don't know. Watch him make the 12 team, though.
If they make the 12 team, that'd be crazy because their schedule is going to be tough.
This year would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Liberty would have made it.
I feel like if there was 12 team though this year, like they would have switched some stuff around and have some better teams in there.
You see, JJ Watt said they should have an emergency 6-team playoff.
They really should have, though. I mean, but with now, like thinking about it, Florida State,
it's a joke.
You know what they should do with the 12-team playoffs, though? Is on the first round, the team with the highest, or I guess the lower seed. So if you're like 1, you get home field advantage. First round.
That'd be sick.
That would be cool because everybody loves watching a college football game, but imagine you add that atmosphere into it, kind of like the NFL. You got the home team advantage. It's like
March Madness, kind of.
That would be awesome.
It's gonna be sick. Watch it. I bet you money in a couple years they're just gonna move it to 25.
25 team playoff.
They're gonna make it to where every ranked team makes it in.
You think so? That would be crazy. I don't know how good that would be.
They'll do a March Madness.
The number 1 team in the country facing the number 25 team.
Oh, but anything can happen.
That is true.
Anything. Auburn
football?
almost beat Georgia.
That's a rivalry though. That happens every
Yeah, but they
single
don't.
year.
They don't. Like I don't think either one of their quarterbacks know how to throw a football.
That's true.
They would celebrate when they had over 100 yards passing.
They would celebrate if they completed a pass, buddy. You complete one pass.
Against Georgia, they ran the whole time.
Yeah.
Peyton Thorne was looking like Derrick Henry.
I mean, someone's got to do it.
No, I think Georgia's a joke. Carson Beck is not a good quarterback. Can't wait to see him play without Brock Bowers.
That's going to be exciting to see. Expose him.
He's going to be awful.
I mean, he is older though.
Tell me I'm wrong. The SEC championship, neither team looked good.
No, not at all.
It was who could play worse. Jalen Milroe didn't know how to play with a quarterback spy on him. They put 2 spies on each side, and as soon as he rolled out every time, he got lit up.
It was a great defensive game.
Kirby just didn't have enough in the tank, you know?
I think he's losing it.
That's what happens when you have Carson Beck at quarterback.
Saban's losing it. Kirby's
Big
losing
Carson
it.
Beck
Who's
hater.
next? Heupel? Heupel's the next great?
Nope. I'm going to have to pass on that. I think Dabo's returning to the mountain.
I think Dab was already on the mountain.
Yeah, I think he's returning back.
He might be moving down the mountain, but I think his climb up the mountain.
I don't think Heupel's even in that conversation of being on the mountain.
You know who's going to be on the mountain real soon?
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin is probably the greatest college football coach. Bro, the swag level pushes him over the edge. Don't even get me started on him. Picked a guy up in his Rolls Royce, said, "Where would you like to go, sir?" Absolutely.
That might be the worst take I've ever heard you say.
Well, I'm not saying by a winning standpoint. I'm saying by like a swag standpoint.
Then where's Dion?
Oh, Dion, get out of here. Dion's a joke.
What?
He wears the same Prime sweater vest every game day.
That is true, but like the glasses sold out on Amazon in what, 2 hours? What other coach is doing that?
Yeah, Saban's selling Mercedes instead.
He's giving away Mercedes. That's why he has those dealerships.
Did you ever hear the story of him giving every player on the team a Hellcat?
Yeah.
And then whenever they lost, he had all of them repossessed.
No way. Are you serious?
There was a truck with just Hellcats on it.
Nick Saban had all of his players' Hellcats repossessed. What'd you see? Utah gave every single one of their scholarship players a brand new truck this year.
Bro, Quinn Ewers absolutely finessed Ohio State.
Oh, yeah.
He went and got that NIL money, got him a truck, and he bolted.
Right down to the Longhorn State.
Bro, you think Arch is going to transfer?
I could see it happening.
Quinn already said he's staying next year. So
yeah, I can see Arch. I mean, I'm surprised he's not already in the portal now.
send him to Ole Miss.
That would be wild.
Bro, he had one drive, I think, in the Big 12 championship and scored.
Yeah, I feel like he could be a starter just about at any
He would
Power
start
5
at
school.
any college in the country besides Texas.
Exactly.
Because Quinn Ewers is a dog.
Quinn Ewers for Heisman next year?
Bro,
Quinn,
450, 3 tutties, Big 12 championship game. He had 300 a half.
that's dirty.
They took him out in the second half.
I think he's going to ball out against Washington.
Bro, tell you. Mess around, let him get that mullet back. It's over.
Don't let that grow back before he gets to the NFL.
Bro.
MVP, Rookie of the Year.
All of the above. Super Bowl MVP.
Super Bowl champion.
What do you think about these guys being able to spend like 6 years in college?
I think it's not right.
Bo Nix probably already has like a family of 5.
Well,
Draws a check from the government every year.
Bo Nix's first game was against
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert. Goodness, I'm terrible with names today. Justin Herbert versus who plays for the Chargers now.
I saw that.
And then now he's in his 6th year in college, and Justin Herbert's in his 4th year in the NFL.
I was talking to my sister's boyfriend about the whole Auburn fiasco. He said our coaching staff was so bad that we managed to run Bo Nix out of Auburn.
Yeah.
And his dad
terrible.
played there.
That's terrible.
You know it's a bad situation when you got
Yeah.
Hugh Freeze is going to turn it around though.
Yeah, but I really think it's not right how players can spend 6 years in college when, I mean, I get it if you get injured, right?
Yeah.
You get injured, you're out for the whole season.
You know, Michael Penix
Come
Jr.
back.
had an injury all 4 years of college.
Exactly. But like you think about it now, you go into college when you're 18, maybe 19, probably 19 because a lot of these cats reclassed.
Wasn't
Right?
Stetson Bennett like 29?
I think he's like 26.
Bro.
But you're 26 years old playing up against 18-year-old kids.
He spends 4 years in the league. He's about to retire.
Exactly. I mean, imagine that. Like you you're basically going up against an NFL player. You're 18 years old, basically playing up against.
I wouldn't call
grown
Stetson
men.
Bennett an NFL player.
Oh no,
Stetson Bennett looks like somebody's high school math teacher.
he does. I mean, have you seen?
You see how he tried to copy the Tebow thing with the phone against
he's
Tennessee?
not-
How they
Well-
exposed his phone number?
Yeah, they did expose his phone number. And he got a whole bunch of phone calls the night before. That was pretty big boss move by him. I mean, you think that he looks like a math teacher? Carson Beck when he shaved his
Bro,
head.
you see Carson Beck, the thing with the Snapchat? Got his Snapchat
that
leaked?
was wild.
Bro. I was on TikTok the other day. There was this girl, and she was exposing every SEC quarterback's Snapchats. They got KJ Jefferson, Carson Beck. Bro, they got Will Rogers. They were getting everybody.
Does she like go around?
Nobody's
SEC?
safe.
SEC game day. She's just going
Totally.
around getting all the quarterback
Guys,
snaps.
these guys are not safe.
I want her connections.
She's the Dion
I want her
of
connections.
quarterback Snapchats right now.
I mean, would you want her connections where you could talk to any quarterback you wanted, basically?
I actually would never want to talk to her, ever.
Not her, but her connections that she has.
Well, I mean, I would still never want to talk to her.
I'm not asking if you want to talk to her. Would you want to talk to these quarterbacks if you got a chance?
Hey, I'm going to stay at a safe distance from anybody like that.
The quarterbacks?
No.
I'm not saying if you want to talk to her. The connections that she has to be able to talk to these
KJ's
quarterbacks.
was bad.
Really?
KJ's was
What's
bad.
his the worst?
No, Carson's was the worst.
Really? I can
Carson
see that.
Beck's was bad.
His was awful. His, I looked at it and I felt violated reading it. And it wasn't even sent to me.
And he's so dumb because it was a picture of his face like this.
Yeah, his full face.
He looked like the guy from Phineas and Ferb.
Phineas? Or Ferb?
Guy with the big nose.
Ferb?
Yeah.
Ferb Tech. He's got it. I mean, under lock. I mean,
Well, listen.
is that Riz?
Being a Georgia quarterback can only do so much for you.
Is that Riz? Why do you
That's
say
the
that
thing,
girl?
what is and isn't Riz, you know?
That girl needs a Riz straining order. I mean, that guy, it's pretty creepy.
Guy's an issue. He's well, she could be a scout.
Probably.
She's got the SEC quarterbacks lined up, you know? Like, come on.
I mean, she's probably a scout from the NFL, trying to see like how these kids like
Scouting their mental game, you know?
take their personal life. How are they with the girls, making sure they're
If
not
that's
getting,
the case, Carson Beck is off every draft board in the country.
probably. I see it happening.
Bro, the sad part is Stetson Bennett's probably never going to play an NFL game in his entire life.
I see it happening.
Ever.
He'll get in like maybe a preseason game or
Maybe. But
if
like,
a quarterback gets hurt.
bro, if you think about it, really in the last 5 years, there hasn't been a ton of like guys that were really dominant in college that dominated in the NFL.
No, I mean,
Besides CJ Stroud,
yeah,
Trevor Lawrence,
they're on the come up.
T-Law is a problem.
T-Law is a problem. He at first
T-Law and ETN is a problem.
when he first entered the league, I was like, man, this cat, like, where's he at on this list? Like, is he going to be a bust? Is he going to be good? I mean, but he showed that he's a solid
I feel like it's
quarterback.
impossible for him to be a bust.
He's
the way he's
solid.
built and his arm strength, he can't be a bust.
And he's solid in that pocket.
Telling you. Him and ETN, whoever let that happen, it's a problem.
Let's think about the quarterbacks that we have in the NFL that are top quarterbacks in like how they were in college. Burrow, he was good in college.
Stroud,
he was good in
T-Law.
college. T-Law was good in college. You have Josh Allen was not good in college. I mean, he was probably good in college.
He went to Wyoming.
He went to
though.
Wyoming.
Like, let's
you
be
have,
honest.
You have
Like,
Patrick
isn't
Mahomes.
the biggest thing there like potatoes?
I think it's like Cowboys.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not a potato.
I'm a big
or a
Wyoming
cowboy.
guy, you know?
I would like to visit Wyoming. It'd be pretty cool.
I don't know.
Let's see. We have Patrick Mahomes who went to Texas Tech.
He wasn't really a dog in college, though.
No, he wasn't. I'm just trying to think of like
Deshaun was a dog.
Deshaun's a dog. That's for sure. Let's see. We got Will Levis.
Will Levis.
What a dog. He is a
Listen,
dog.
don't even get me started. I don't care that he puts mayonnaise in his coffee. I don't care. He's our franchise quarterback, and he's going to lead us to the promised land.
I don't care that he eats bananas whole, peel and all.
I don't care.
He is him. Him.
Listen,
H-I-M.
Absolute dog. And I'm talking dog with a W.
I mean, put
He's
him
going
back
to hit
there in
that
that pocket.
Jameis Winston pregame, you know, eating the W with his hand.
All of it. Every single bit of it.
Bro,
Jameis Winston was treating his hand like it was a crab leg.
I'm telling you.
All right. You know what I mean? Like, Jameis Winston loves him some crab legs. What do we got next? Do we have anything up next?
Oh my God. I'm going to be honest. Some would call me a delusional Clemson fan. Might read into stuff too much. Lane Kiffin posted a picture of him buying a lake house, South Carolina.
Ooh.
My brain went to, he's joining Dabo.
You think so?
No, broke my heart just because they posted a contract extension. But
I think that Lane Kiffin is waiting until...
Don't even say it.
You know what I'm going to say.
Don't
say
Saban
retires.
People have said that about Kirby. People have said that about Lane Kiffin. People have said that about Dabo.
I don't feel like Kirby's going to leave Georgia. I feel like Kirby's locked in with Georgia. If they keep up what they're doing, if he is falling off...
Bro, hear me out. I thought he was going to leave Georgia this year.
Really?
That A&M spot opening up.
That could happen.
A&M can pay him $20 million a year.
A&M
$30 million a year. They can pay him $30 million a year.
Well, A&M has a pretty good quarterback coming up too.
I would leave anybody for $30 million a year.
Yeah.
You remember the interview with Ed Orgeron where they were firing him?
Oh yeah, he's like, all right.
He goes, Ed, we're not very good this year. And he goes, yeah, I can see that. He goes, well, we're gonna have to let you go, but we're gonna have to pay you the remaining $18 million on your contract. And he goes, which door you want me to walk out of?
Yeah. I mean,
imagine that.
Those buyouts are crazy. Jimbo's payout?
Greatest job in the world. He's getting paid to not work.
He got fired and he's still getting what, 70?
They retired him.
Is it 70 million?
Do you remember the game before? I think it was the day before he got fired. They had a meeting with all the boosters on the field. It was a big $150 million check. Little did he know, half of this is going to be used to fire you.
Yeah, I would take it.
Jimbo, pack your stuff, go back to Florida, retire, and call it a day.
I mean, I would get fired for $70 million.
Bro, I would leave all of my stuff there for $70 million and never come back and get it. They can throw it away.
Yeah.
I don't care. I wouldn't even say bye to anybody. Just leave.
No, I would just call the people up after I left. Y'all can have whatever y'all want.
Hey, party at my house this weekend.
Big party. $70 million party.
Whoa.
Blow it all on one party.
Whoa.
That's some Jordan Belfort type stuff.
some Wolf Wall Street kind of stuff right there,
I mean, he's probably inspired 50% of our generation.
Who's not,
If you're not inspired by the Wolf of Wall Street, I need you to sit in a dark room, all the lights off, close your eyes, and think about what is going on in your life. Because if you're not inspired by the Wolf of Wall Street, there's something seriously wrong with you.
Listen, I just think it's funny that Bo Nix, I think he's got a kid. I'm not sure, but I know he's married. There was one guy, there's a tight end for Ole Miss. He's got like 2 kids and married, and he's been in college for like 6 years.
Put that kid in the league.
I'm like, wow.
Why are you playing in college? College is for kids.
Bro, I'm telling you. Colorado State's got a 35-year-old kicker.
Nah, that's absurd.
Dude's kids have already graduated from high school.
At least he's a kicker. He's not like a skill position. Now, I'm not putting any hate on kickers. It's a hard position. I could never do it. But like, if you're a skill position, like wide receiver, running back, quarterback, what are you doing?
Listen,
dude?
I went to the NFL experience one year. Mm-hmm. I was absolutely banging 30-yard field goals like it was nothing.
Oh,
just saying, I'm putting it out there.
Might have to.
Me and Todd and Chase went out to the NFL experience one year. I showed them what a golden boot is. Let me tell you what. They almost put me in the league.
Yeah, you should probably tell Pat that his
probably
job
should.
Is just call Pat.
Let Justin Tucker know that I'll be taking the crown from now on.
Good idea. I'll call him up after this.
That's what the doctor ordered right there.
Are you good at punting?
Some would say it's ideal.
Are you just a kicker, or are you like a hybrid punter?
Listen,
kicker?
I can play kicker, cornerback, wide receiver, quarterback, running back, anywhere you need me to play.
Really?
As long as I'm not playing for Arthur Smith,
Arthur Smith was good at the Titans when he was OC. Put him at head coach.
I think Arthur Smith might, instead of planning to beat teams, he plans on how to lose.
I mean, he might have the right idea, though, if you think about it.
Bro, he's got Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
Dog.
Texas
Horns up. But the
Kyle
Texas
Pitts.
boys are built different.
Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Bit. Hey, he kind of fell off after 1 year.
He's a big boy, though.
Bro, he is a big boy.
You know he didn't have a single touchdown his first year in the league.
Bro, I know. I had him on my fantasy team.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just want to let you know, fantasy team's coming back. GM of the year right here. Went on a 3-game skid. Got in the locker room, talked to my boys a little bit. You know, I got them fired up. Let them know they will all be getting cut if they lose another game.
Wow.
Listen, had to make some decisions. Had to sit down with some guys. You know, I beat you. That's all that matters. You know, and I'm getting ready to go to the bowl.
Listen to this. I am in another league, right? My team started off 2-3. Season's looking down, right? I won my first game, lost 3 in a row, won in a game, right? I'm thinking this is not my season. We're gonna have a rebuild year. I dropped a kicker that I had on the bench. Didn't need him. Guess what I picked up? Tim Tebow.
Wow.
Now you might think, what a terrible pickup for a fantasy team.
What a specimen, though.
Because this guy's not even in the NFL anymore. Like, what are you doing? But if you think about it, he's a locker room guy, right? He's in the locker room, firing the guys up, getting them prepared. Haven't lost a game since then.
Well, I'm telling you, you get the boys more in touch with their faith, and it's over.
Really, I mean, like you said, you sit the boys down. You bring in a great locker room guy, Tim Tebow, Will Compton, anybody like that.
Bro, you ever heard the speech that Kirby had going into the national championship?
Oh,
that was me with the boys.
That one was nasty.
Some would say I've made some questionable trades in fantasy this year. Some would say
maybe some trades.
Maybe I may have traded Najee Harris for Travis Kelce.
Some trades that really weren't fair. Do you have a little bit of them?
Needed a running back. Listen, what you do is you expose their downsides. You know, need a running back. I'll give you a running back, but I'm gonna take Travis Kelce off your hands. You know, that T Swift magic is unmatched.
Was there a little bit of bargaining there,
bro? Hear me out. T Swift doesn't come, he doesn't score. T Swift comes, he's putting up 203 tutties.
That is true.
I'm telling you. That's how I determine if I start him or not in fantasy.
That's a great idea.
Is T Swift going to the game? No. You're on the bench, Travis. Sorry.
What do you think that Taylor Swift dating Travis Kelce has done for the NFL?
Well, ratings are up more than ever. Swifties are moving.
I'm for it.
Listen, some would say I'm a Swiftie.
I was just about to say that. I would say I'm a Swiftie.
Listen, I can jam out to some of our song, you know? Don't even get me started. You Belong With Me.
Yeah.
That's how you get the boys fired up.
That's the truth.
That's my pregame song, you know? You Belong With Me, Taylor Swift.
Ooh.
Whew. Let me tell you what.
Let's go.
I'm hitting bombs.
Hey, she's making her own money now. She got racing the Taylor's version. Taylor drops nothing but bangers. I mean, I'll be in my car, throw the playlist on shuffle.
And I'm not ashamed to say it, you know?
No.
I'm a Swiftie.
I'm
not ashamed.
I'm all for it. Do they have like a hand signal or anything? Do you know?
Bro, I'm sure they do. It's like a cult.
It is. I'm not like all the way in the cult. Like if it's a pool that everybody's in, like my toes are in the water.
Bro, I mean, I wouldn't even say my toes, say my knees are in, you know?
Oh, you're knee deep.
Well, I'm in there like swimwear, you know?
I might be knee deep. It's like a little, like, okay, how about this? Like, there's a pool that the Swifties are in, and you know, like how there's a hot tub off to the side of the pool?
We're in the hot tub.
Yeah. Like, we're a part of the club, but we're not
in
members.
The club, though.
We're not members. Like,
no.
We're like bystanders.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Travis and T Swift, you know, what a match made in heaven, you know?
You seen them riding around in his convertible?
Wow.
They just look magical.
Some would say that's a historic picture right there.
I mean, that's the kind of relationship every single man wants right there.
And some say, you know, I'm going to go watch Taylor Swift's boyfriend play.
Look, I mean, I'm kind of like...
That's Travis Kelce's girlfriend right there.
Exactly. I'm like, let's turn on some of Travis Kelce's girlfriend's music.
That's what I say, you know. Travis Kelce's a dog.
Travis Kelce...
What other NFL player you know had a dating show?
None.
Chase and Kelce. And Taylor caught Kelce. Let me tell you what. Taylor showed off those hands. And she caught Kelce.
She did. I was scrolling on TikTok the other day, and it was like Taylor Swift if her and Travis Kelce break up, and this song.
Bro, that album is about to go crazy.
Fire. I don't want this.
You ever
for the
wish
boy.
when somebody's downfall, you know their album's going to be amazing?
I don't want them to break up because I'm a big fan of both of them, right? But the music
I want
and
Zach
then the
Bryan
play style that Travis Kelce will have if they break up.
Absolute shiesty mask out there. He's going out there with a ski mask on.
Max Crosby on offense.
Bro, wow. I didn't even think about that.
That's going to be dangerous.
Oh, what if Zach Bryan and his girlfriend break up?
That's going to be a great album. Old little Brianna chicken fry. She's a funny girl.
Get the Kleenexes ready.
I mean, I might be crying a little bit.
Hey, nothing wrong with it.
We've all had our ups and downs.
Nothing wrong with it. Real men shed tears, you know.
Hey, we've all had our moments of weakness,
Telling you.
but it's about how you come back.
Put on
from
Back
those
to
moments.
December by Taylor Swift, and you might see a tear or two, you know.
Oh, you might see a little river flowing, the Nile River. I mean, it's going. December is just that time of year that
We started on college football and somehow got on Taylor Swift.
I mean, it comes around and goes around.
Some would say that's probably the greatest celebrity couple. Some would say ever.
Ever? I mean, there's some great celebrity couples out there,
I
though.
don't know. Like, let's talk about football wise. Who tops that?
Tom Brady and Giselle when they were together.
Don't even get me started on Giselle. I don't want to hear.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Giselle, but when they were together,
I don't want to hear Giselle's name.
before the end of it, think about it. Like,
I'm a Giselle hater.
the hottest model in the world, and then the best football player of all time together.
How do you leave Tom Brady?
Oh, she cheated
Man's
on
got-
him.
yeah.
She cheated on him.
6 Super Bowl rings.
I couldn't do it.
If Tom Brady can't keep his girl, what makes you think you can?
Not a dang thing.
No. The boys are not safe.
No.
Tell you that right now.
I mean, you have the best quarterback of all time. How are you gonna cheat on that?
Either.
If she is going to cheat on the best quarterback of all time, what makes you think that your girlfriend's not going to cheat on you?
It's a great point. You know, he's got a point.
It's there. It's there. You know what I mean? Now, this is all allegedly cheating, but
Allegedly, you have to make sure you say allegedly.
allegedly she cheated on him.
Allegedly makes it okay.
Yeah.
Just like talking to somebody saying with all due respect, you know.
You can say with all due respect and say the most down bad thing about somebody.
Just like Ricky Bobby said, you know, with all due respect, what you just said is not worth the velvet painting of a whale and a dolphin getting it on.
Exactly.
Bro, how did we get on Taylor Swift?
I don't know. Travis Kelce?
How did
But
we
how
do
did we
that?
even get to that?
How did we even get to the NFL?
Goodness gracious.
I don't know what's going on.
I think we were talking about Stetson Bennett.
I think it's pretty funny, but
Y'all left out Russell Wilson and Sierra.
oh,
That's the couple.
you got me started right there.
Russell Wilson. And
Russell
Sierra.
Wilson and Sierra.
That seems like a good one.
You know,
Still good.
I'm a future fan also though. So kind of me being a future fan, kind of.
Future motivates
If I
you.
hear "Let's Ride" one more time, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Dude.
Only thing they've been riding is down the hill.
They've been on a roll recently.
My dad never cared anything about sports, but my dad was watching it. He would watch Clemson games, and he would just yell at the TV, "Take his hat off,"
Oh yeah, I've seen him.
or
It's
like break
crazy.
his leg.
I mean, he'll get invested.
Bro, he gets. Let me tell you, it's deep down there. But Todd's got some love for sports.
Hey, you got to bring
Put
it
a
out.
Clemson Tiger game on in front of Todd, and it's game over,
Oh, he's invested. He's known the team his whole life. Every single player,
bro.
all the coaching staff. He's known them all their whole life. He raised them all.
Get him going. You get him going, and you hear,
Oh, I mean, you can be 3 blocks away and you hear him screaming.
bro. Telling you.
Don't
Won the
let
Natty.
Clemson score a touchdown while he's screaming either.
Tell you, I cried when we won the national championship.
You went with him, didn't you?
Yeah, we lost that one though. But I don't want to talk about it. In my defense, we faced Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. What
That's-
are we supposed to do?
Might have been one of the best college football teams.
What are we
of all
supposed to
time.
do?
There's nothing really you can do.
Hey, 2019 Tigers though.
30 little 30 banner
Dropped a 40 piece on Bama
on Bama.
with Tua. Bro,
That's
that
dirty.
that Bama team was filthy.
That was filthy team.
Who'd they have at wide receiver? They had Tua.
They had
Was that when they had Devontae Smith,
Devontae Smith,
Henry Ruggs?
Oh yeah, and then they had they just had a crazy team.
That team
Did they
was,
have Najee then? Or was he a couple years
did they have
before?
Najee? Who'd they
No,
have
who
at
was
running
who
back?
was their running back then?
Who was the running back in 19?
2019 Alabama football roster.
All I know is it wasn't enough to be the Tigers.
No, it
all
was
I know.
not. I mean, but y'all had T-Law,
T-Law.
ETN,
Bro, I can name the whole starting lineup.
and y'all's defense was nasty.
T-Law, ETN, T. Higgins, Justin Ross.
That's fire. That's a
Bro,
great
defense, Dexter. It
was
was
Najee?
Najee.
Yeah, that's what
that
I
makes
thought.
it even better.
Yeah.
Bro, we had Dexter Lawrence, Cleveland Farrell, Xavier Thomas, Austin Bryant. Linebackers had Skowski. Skowski's a dog. I don't know if you remember, but Skowski.
some dogs.
Skowski reminds me a lot of a guy Clemson used to have named Ben Boulware. Do you remember him?
Dog.
Dog.
In the trenches.
Pretty sure he's such a dog. He now owns a gym in South Carolina,
Really?
and I think it's called Dog House.
Oh, yeah. You know he's a dog then.
Dog.
I mean, he was on every play.
Bro, never forget. I went to the Syracuse game against Clemson with my dad, and we were watching him. He picks a guy up, suplexes him over his head, and I was like, dog.
Dude, every now and then I'll just be sitting in my room and I'll just go back and like watch old football
Tavon
highlights.
Austin highlights.
I've been watching some Clemson highlights recently, but Tavon Austin never fails. That's the Roman Empire for me. I mean,
Tavon Austin highlights, you know.
if you
My Roman Empire is Money Manziel.
Money Manziel's highlights are
Money Manziel's
crazy.
highlights are ridiculous.
Crazy.
Hey, guess you don't have to watch time. You don't have to watch film when you play like that. You know?
No.
0 hours.
You watch his Netflix documentary?
0 hours.
That might have been the craziest
How
thing
do you
I've ever
have
heard.
0 hours watching film?
His coach said, "So why does your iPad say 0 hours?" And he was like, "I didn't watch film."
Bro,
He was just in the bar partying.
this dude didn't even turn his iPad on.
No. It still said hello when he turned it on.
Remember Jamarcus Russell, what they used to do with him?
Huh?
They used to give him blank tapes of game film
To see if he would watch it?
to get him to watch it because they knew he wasn't watching it. They put on blank tapes and they'd ask him questions about it. And he'd make up this whole thing. He was like, like their secondary looks really weak. And he goes, Jamarcus, there was nothing on the game film.
That's pretty funny though.
I was like,
If you were a quarterback in college, would you watch film?
I don't know, bro.
Or do you think you're just a specimen and you would just get by?
If I had the skill set of Johnny Manziel in college, no way I'm picking up that tablet.
No.
No way. Tell him keep it. I don't need it.
The clip of him, I guess he was in the NFL at this time, when the D-line shifted, he's like, real cute guys. Was that him or was that Baker?
Bro, you remember when they were talking about the docuseries? They made up this whole thing of Johnny Manziel's like family coming from like
Yeah, money.
hundreds of millions of dollars.
And they had money, but not
I
crazy
believed
money.
that to this day
Really? Until you saw it on
until I saw that documentary.
Texas
Texas
has a
oil
lot
money,
of money.
you know what I mean? Like
You never know.
I thought it could have been.
Grandparent with a...
Talk about a friend though. His best friend made all that up, put it out there. Everybody believed it, so they didn't know he was getting money from signing the autograph.
He couldn't hear you.
What's wrong with signing the autograph? Here, he couldn't hear you. There's too much money in his ear.
Too much money.
Too much money. Listen.
What are you about to say? I'm prepared for this. Maybe I'm not.
The Scooby-Doo costume is undefeated.
Undefeated.
The Scooby-Doo costume with the blondes is undefeated.
That picture of him and
Too much
those
money in
girls.
my ear.
The picture of him with those girls, I mean, like,
Bro.
he was the biggest.
He was a
name.
dog.
He
What
hung
can
out
you
with
say?
Drake.
What college kid is hanging out with Drake?
None.
None.
I don't know a single college kid that's hanging out with Drake.
You don't know? He used to say he would fly to Vegas on a Friday night. Mm-hmm. Private jet, party Friday night, Saturday night, come home Sunday morning, hop on the field.
And play.
No wonder he threw 3 interceptions. Probably didn't know where he was.
That kid made it. I mean, I guess he didn't make that much
I think
money.
he's trying to
but-
be a pro golfer now.
Really?
Hey,
I've
he's a
seen
dog.
him. You see that clip of him jumping out of the golf cart?
He can hit
His
it, but-
knees still have it.
Bro, he can still
How do you do
move. Let a Johnny Manziel comeback happen, the league's in trouble.
But what if it ends
Right.
up like a Tim Tebow
He
comeback?
went and played in I think it was the Canadian Football League, tore it up.
Dog.
Do you see him playing in that fan-controlled league?
Yeah.
Hit a little spin cycle on somebody.
I saw him in a destroying video.
He still got it.
Still got it.
Still got it.
Never left. Back like he never left.
Tebow went and hit nukes in baseball. Tell you.
If you're an athlete, you're an athlete.
That's all. Listen, there's no other way to put it,
No.
There's no other way to do it. That's what I say to Chase all the time. Some people have it, some don't.
Some don't. While you're on the course, just talking a little trash with the boys. I mean,
Listen, Chase made a mistake by introducing me to golf.
mm-hmm.
Now, for people that don't know me, you know me.
Mm-hmm.
When I get a hold of a sport,
it's an addiction.
It's an
like-
addiction.
I'd probably say you're on the golf course 3 times a week.
Bro,
More than that. 3 times is you're like, man, I haven't golfed at all this week.
The whole reason I started playing golf, the sole reason was to beat Chase.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now you destroy him.
I played Chase. The first time I ever beat him was by 14 strokes.
Now, if you don't know a whole lot about golf, 14 strokes is a
14
lot.
strokes.
14 strokes is a lot.
Is it bad to say it was through 9?
9 holes.
9.
Not 18.
Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What did he shoot that round? Like a 250?
He shot 13 over, 3-9.
And you shot 1 under?
Yep.
That's pretty good. What's your handicap looking like nowadays?
I think I'm a scratch.
Scratch?
Scratch?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Well, listen. Chase hasn't played with me since this. But this is a little story time. Nobody's ever heard this before.
Oh, I'm listening.
Chase and I went out with a family friend at Hermitage and played.
Mm-hmm. Great course, by the way.
Bro. We're on 17, 17 dog leg right?
Mm-hmm.
And the hole after 18 is the one over the big lake.
Yeah.
We're on 17. I think we're tied or I'm down 1.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing awful and Chase was playing great. I'm still tied or down 1.
Yeah.
And Chase hits his drive in the rough to the left. It's probably 340 to the green.
Oh, wow.
I stick it on the fringe. 2 putt for birdie. Chase bogeys. Listen, I was living in his head rent free before this anyway. Because I told him on 16, I was like, when do you want me to start? You know, like, when do you want me to like actually play?
Yeah.
And he was mentally defeated after that. We get on 18. I'm chirping his head off. Like I'm saying, I've full on IKEA'd a place in his head.
Ooh.
We get
fully furnished.
Fully furnished. You know, we're top of the line. I've even got a gaming chair in there. You know, we get on 18. I go, whatever you do, don't hit this in the water. And he's like, all right, you go first. Probably 320 down the middle. Just piped.
Wow.
Chase goes up, shanks it in the water. I give him another opportunity. I go, you know, you hit this ball in the fairway. I'm going to win in a good way, you know. I'm going to let you hit again. Won't count it against you. Shanks his last ball in the water.
His last ball?
Last ball.
Wow.
Never played with me since.
That'll make you put down your clubs for a couple weeks.
Listen, I've seen Chase snap a 3-wood before.
Yeah?
Over the knee.
I've seen you almost snap a couple clubs. I can calm you down pretty good, though.
I've had my moments.
I can calm you down pretty good, though.
I've had my moments.
Yeah.
A couple 7 irons have bit the dust. But, you know, other than that, we're good.
I've thrown a couple clubs and pawns. Gosh, dude, that was the funniest.
We were out playing
At the Hermitage?
I think it was Hermitage too.
Yeah.
We were out playing. It was raining. You know, definitely should not have been playing golf.
Not at all. It was raining cats and dogs, but the rain finally let up.
And we're on a par 3, and Chris goes to hit his shot. Club goes flying into the pond. Now, any normal human being would like, you know, club's gone. You know.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way we're getting it.
No.
Chris rolls his pants up past his knees.
Yep.
Gets in the pond. Gets the club out, drops the ball, and hits a ball with that club.
No. The shot was good. The shot was really good. The club might have been in the water, but it wasn't like in the middle of the pond. It was like right towards the edge, and I could see the handle. It was
submerged.
The handle was sticking up out of the water because the handle was floating. So I might have gotten a little wet. I might have almost fell in, but did I? No.
You know, you went in there and you accomplished the mission.
I did. I was a man on a mission, and I got the job done.
No, you know, they don't ask how. You know, I think that's how the saying goes.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
They don't ask how. They ask how many.
And I retrieved 1 golf club.
1 try.
There you go. 100% golf club retrieval rate.
100% efficiency. That's Hall of Fame numbers right there. That's first ballot.
Are you thinking I need like a jacket, like the color of a leaf on a tree? A green jacket?
Hey, some would say.
Now, I'm not that good at golf. I like to have fun out there.
Yeah.
You though.
My girlfriend's been asking me to go play golf. Whew.
No, that's fine to go play golf with her.
Listen,
but whenever
get me out there with the brother and dad.
That's when it gets serious.
Those family dinners are going to get real interesting real fast.
Yeah.
So I'm not letting anybody win. I don't care who you are.
I mean, you beat the brother and dad at a game of golf.
Bro,
or a round of golf.
Savannah got me in pickleball. Wow.
Really?
Let me tell you. I put the athleticism on show. I was absolutely saucing up some 80-year-olds at Lifetime the other day.
Yeah.
It was I put on a show.
Really?
I felt really bad because, you know, my competitiveness took over. Forgot who I was playing against. Popped a ball up. Absolutely spiked it.
I mean, they can't move as fast as you. But the thing I was going to say is you beat the dad and the brother in a round of golf. Family dinners, you're sitting at the head of the table now.
Yeah.
You have like, some new responsibilities.
Some would say I'm the head of the family. Some would say you are. Some would say, you know.
If I have kids.
I told her dad, I said, you know, I'll give you Give you 3 strokes a side.
Wow.
Told the brother I'll give him 5 strokes a side.
So does the dad golf a lot?
A little bit.
Does the brother golf?
I'm not a bad golfer.
No, not at all.
Some may think we're overestimating it, but I can pepper some drives 300 plus. You know?
And the thing that makes you probably a really good golfer that you are is you can get in the head game.
Bro, listen.
You get into their head.
You put me in a head-on-head match in golf, that's over before it starts.
And your short game.
Nobody can talk like I can. I'm sure, people know, but nobody can talk like I can.
No.
Like,
not a single person.
Nobody's head's locked when I'm in,
I think you could probably go out onto the course with anybody and get in their head.
Bro, get me out there with Tiger.
Get in his head a little bit.
Don't even get me started.
Probably not in his head that much.
Don't even get me started.
But you can make him shank a shot.
I could definitely make him, shoot a couple.
Miss a putt.
2 or 3 over,
Miss a putt that he shouldn't have missed.
Yeah. Chris, it's been fun. It's been real, it's been fun, but it ain't been real fun. Some would beg to differ. But we went into the podcast, really didn't plan it out very much because we're athletes. But we were going to talk about college football. Went from college football to NFL to Taylor Swift to Tiger Woods and Chase's golf game. That could be a whole pod in itself. But, it's been fun. I can't wait to do it again.
I mean, I've enjoyed it, man. Next week? Same time next week? I'm there.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake, baby.